Live.
Hey, how you guys doing? You are back with the Serious Show here at Remedy Live. Hey, let you know before we get started, you can like us on Facebook at Remedy Live. You can also follow us on Twitter at @ChatListenLove. And if you need to talk to Soulmac, you can text Remedy to 313131, and there will be a Soulmac there to talk to you and help you out wherever you may be. And we just want to throw this over to Paige, because Paige has got her Paige'sPage today, and I think it's a great thing she's talking about, so I'm going to throw it over to you.
Well, recently I've been talking about relationships. Some relationships that you should avoid to get in, some relationships you should walk away once you are in them. And what about restoring relationships? And this is what I love, is that stuff that I preach, stuff that I teach, I go through myself. So I'm not saying I'm the best or the greatest, but I can tell you that legitimately I'm experiencing this stuff with you. So the information that I provide is usually something that I've gone through myself. This particular one is about restoring relationships when restoration doesn't end up happening. This is hard for me because in this case, I felt like I jumped through those hoops. I went to this person and I said, I am so sorry for what I did. Please forgive me for my trespass against you. And that for me is a hard thing because forgiveness isn't the easiest for me to walk through sometimes. But in this case, I knew that this friendship meant enough to me to go to my knees and say, I really did make a mistake. I'm sorry if I hurt you. I'm sorry if I was inconsiderate. Will you please forgive me? I tried 3 times with this individual. I tried different venues of communication, and each time it was not received successfully. So now I'm facing, what do I do now when the restoration most likely will not happen in this relationship? I reassess, did I do all that I possibly could to restore this friendship? And I acknowledge that the relationship may never be restored. I'm not okay with that, obviously, but I have to relinquish that control because it's no longer up to me about restoring the relationship. It's now up to that individual. I did my part. I've begged and asked. They haven't reciprocated, so I have to walk away. And again, like I said, that's a struggle because I feel like I'm losing a friendship, one that I definitely didn't value enough at the time, and now that it's gone, my heart is aching. I release it and say, if it's supposed to happen, then that person will come back and forgive me of the trespass that I've had against them. And hopefully at some point we can restore that relationship. But here's the point, guys, is that sometimes, actually many times, we make mistakes. We make poor choices and we hurt people in our lives. We do our stuff to make sure that that relationship can be repaired, but it's not always repaired, even if we do the right things, even if we have integrity and honesty in asking them to forgive us. It's up to them now, and so we leave it into their hands. As for me and what I'm going to do, I probably am still going to grieve the fact that I don't have that relationship. It's probably going to hurt me and creep up into my mind that if I would have only done something different, or can I do something else to make it better? But that's where I take a step back and say, you know what, it's out of my control now. And so I allow that to happen, and hopefully in time, they'll forgive me and we can restore that relationship. So if there's something that you're going through, anything similar along the lines of relationships, because we are designed to have relationships, but as we are human, we make mistakes and we are fallible. And sometimes we can't be in relationships with others because of whatever reason. You're gonna have these types of circumstances and these situations. So just be wise in the way that you interact with people. If you need to ask forgiveness, ask forgiveness. If you need to give forgiveness to someone, be wise and do so. Doesn't mean you need to be best friends with them after that, but it does mean that you can walk away and say you did what you should have done. Have integrity, have wisdom, and have love. Be blessed, everyone, and that's Paige'sPage today.
Awesome. We're gonna play some Fireflight. You gave me a prayer here, our promise here at Remedy Live, where we chat, listen, love.